Alright, looks like this is going. Welcome back to a little bit of Persona 3. So, yeah, back at it. We're gonna have to do something on Wednesday. I'm not sure which days actually I'm gonna play horror games on. But I might actually take a bit of a break on Persona. I usually take breaks from these games because they take forever, but we'll have to see how that sort of goes. Since I am breaking this one up a little bit with, like, Strategy of Lily, I don't feel as much like I've been wanting to take as many breaks from it as I did Persona 5. Because that one I took quite a few breaks on. This one I haven't really. Okay, what were we doing here? I think we just picked up a person. And I do believe we've already had the Arcana Burst, so I think we're just gonna keep going. Or have we actually beaten this boss yet? We might not have beaten the boss. Yeah, okay. You got plenty. Let's have you use this one.
Yes.
And let's see what we got ourselves into here.
All right. Preparing to engage.
I do really wish that these guys, like the ones that we've already encountered, remained like encountered, but
I won't lose.
okay, that one heals from wind. I was gonna try and do a knockdown with like Jack Brothers, but we'll do this anyway. Okay, got one of them. I guess this is a good time to do this. Shouldn't, yeah, no one's weak to that here.
Shall I move to strike?
We're gonna do this. Just try and figure out what their weakness is. Not that. Those guys heal from that shit. This is gonna suck. We got 2 weak to deal.
Outcome. Oh no! You've got to get up somehow.
Followed up by concentrate is really bad.
I guess it's summoning. Time to retaliate.
Oh, we already have. Ah, shoot. Yeah, that's not good. Okay. Sometimes I do stupid things. Okay, let's try and figure out what these guys are weak to. We'll try and lose here so I don't waste too much resources, but we're looking at Dark and
Analysis complete.
Strike. Okay.
Now's the time.
Actually, we're gonna guard.
I think I can use it now.
Okay, then we hand this off to Aigis.
Well executed. It's all you. Taking action.
This is Pierce.
I'll show you my power. Palladium. Nicely done, Aigis. Taking no prisoners.
Problem here is that they're gonna get an extra attack off of Aigis, but just have to sort of do what we can about that.
I'm ready. Darkness seems effective here. Shall I move to strike?
Gonna try and do this. I'm just gonna do a round of all-out attacks again here.
As your angel says, I knocked one enemy down. It's your turn.
Got it.
Well executed. Shall I take charge?
Do it.
Okay.
It is time.
I really wish I had Dekaja.
Now, Palladian. This is a
Alright, one of them's probably dead.
Forward.
Nope, not quite. Oh, they switched up elements. Okay.
Multiple system failures. Oh no, this doesn't look good. I'll show you my power.
Okay, I can no longer Swift Strike because we're too damaged, but I can use Theurgy.
Ready to engage. Voltia activated. Only 2 targets remain. Target destroyed.
Okay, we'll use this.
Thank you for your support.
What to do?
We'll use this. I guess we'll actually probably just beat this, which is unfortunate, but well, it's not that bad. But
Excellent. Enemy down.
okay, well, that's unfortunate as well. I'm also out of mana, but that shouldn't matter too much. Heat Wave is an option. Probably Heat Wave's the only one I got. Okay. I did just heal, so this shouldn't be too bad.
Excellent.
Let's do it.
Weapons free.
This guy uses Concentrate frequently, then we're going to be in a good spot, but I'm not sure that he does.
No mercy. Child's play.
Okay. Ooh, and we got that. Okay.
On target.
I think that's the first Regia mode critical that we've gotten, which is pretty cool.
Maximum firepower.
Still not dead.
Pull the trigger.
Should be able to Heat Wave it again. That should be able to finish it off. Not the most efficient way to do it, but
All enemies defeated.
It's over.
Good work out there.
shuffle time? Nope.
I've learned a new skill.
Okay, so we'll replace Bufula.
Greetings.
Gatekeeper Shadow eliminated. Well, this may be a good stopping point. Should we press forward instead? Sure.
Yes.
Alright. At the very least, we'll get the items here, and then we'll go back and save.
Ooh, maybe there's something nice.
Don't tempt fate. It could be an embarrassing costume yet again. Hero's Cape. Sounds like something Junpei would wear. Well, it is indeed something that I cannot wear. Who wears this? Alright, let's figure out who this Hero's Cape is for. And if it's actually any better than the stuff we currently got. I just feel like equipment in these games gets obsoleted so quickly. Alright, what's going on with my laptop here? I guess I should also try and do the side content here. Alright, I'm guessing Junpei. No. Maybe it's got a really... Okay, who... It's Ken. A cape that captures the imagination of children. Amada loves it. Okay, well, you know what? Here you go. Doesn't actually change the equipped thing there. I kind of wish it did for that one. Alright, my laptop is giving me some problems. Let's just do that for a second. Let's do that. Let's do that. Okay, have to end process a couple things here. Oh, don't use. Let's go ahead and do this. Let's just use the teleporter here. And we want to go to here and try out this thing. Gonna have to consume a whole bunch of MP items there, but shouldn't be a problem. Maybe, I don't know, maybe it will be. What have I got? We got quite a few soul drops. Okay. Starting to get my seasonal allergies because of all the dust flowing around. I have to stop and blow my nose from time to time. Basically, autumn here, everything just turns to straight dust. Which, you know, gives me kind of like a runny nose and stuff like that. Hay fever kind of thing. Okay, I cannot get my laptop to work today. Alright, there's the boss. Do we think we can beat it? No, let's still do this.
Yes.
Then we'll need to also do a little bit of this stuff here, so I need that much.
Powerful enemy spotted.
That's
Please
50% move on. I'm ready.
All right.
These ones kick my ass pretty badly. I don't know. We'll see if we're good enough for.
You're
Oh, what
weak,
the hell?
But don't be careless.
I thought it was just supposed to be one of you guys, but no, it had to be
have to do
this.
this.
What's going on here? We'll try this. Learning information. It got everybody. What the hell?
Maneuver. You dodged it. That's our leader.
Let's use this and regroup.
I know Yukari's the person we have to get to, but since she went first, it's kind of awkward. Okay, so these guys are going to be weak to a physical attack.
Aegis is poisoned. She's losing health. Utilizing.
I'll go with.
Could do that back to them. Kind of want to pick things that are not going to cause a lot of other problems for me. What? Actually, this guy's got
What to do?
this guy's got a damage reflect, right? Grimacala, where are you? He does. He bounces back 2 types of physical, so I could do cruel attack. But okay, unfortunately, I can't block the heat wave, so that kind of doesn't work. Okay.
Not that.
Let's just dispoison ourselves. I bought a bunch of these for a reason. Now we've used them all already.
Yukari-chan's been poisoned. Do you have an antidote? In this situation.
Wasted my entire turn just getting rid of all the poison.
It's poison.
You dodged it. That's our leader. As predicted. Aegis evaded the attack.
Okay, I'm not sure which is technically the cheapest of these. Probably this one.
This should work.
I just remember that poison causes like way more damage than you'd think it would. Okay, so he's Makarkarn, both of the little guys. Oh, he actually is Makarkarn himself. Interesting.
Should I scan on this?
Let's figure out this guy probably.
Okay.
Lightning.
Here's what
Okay.
I found.
So these guys are
That is
probably
optimal.
that. I'm willing to let this bounce.
It was ineffective. Oh, sorry. I don't have it in me to scan right now.
Okay, we're gonna go ahead and do this. Hold on, laptop, load up here. Okay, so we got that. Unfortunately, I got the one that I didn't need down.
What to do? Persona.
It's not that physical.
Oh, sorry. I don't have it in me to scan right now.
Oh, these guys are getting Magic Reflect. I don't think that Magic Reflect cares about this, but
What next?
This should be
so
a
it
good
must be a
test of my
magic type
strength.
attack that works
But
against
don't get
this, but what
careless.
would it be? It's probably light.
I have to do this.
I'm gonna do this. This is gonna cause the reflex to go back on Yukari.
Time to hit me.
Where are you going to lose? Yukari-chan, are you okay?
Okay, it's me and I guess that's on
What's
right
my
now.
This
next
should be a
move?
good test of your
What's the
strength.
plan here?
I just want to
Don't be
learn what
careless.
these guys are weak to. Oh, that's nice. Okay. Okay, we're gonna pass to her. And what we need to prioritize right now is this. And then everyone has to dispoison themselves.
That
I
helps.
appreciate it.
Oh, it's got Koga on that guy. Ow.
Our leader's been knocked down.
Instant kill? Nope. Okay, good.
You've been poisoned. You're losing health. It is time. Using item.
Oops, shoot. She was the other poison group. And she'll be fine. She's pretty high health.
I guess it's poison.
See, that causes like
She's
so much
losing
damage.
health.
Okay, so we'll use you.
Come!
Actually, this worked out because it let me do this.
Now to finish you.
Okay, one of them stays down. And that gives me time to do this again.
Much
Thank you for
obliged.
your support.
Tsuru's fire resist has one more turn, so I think it
Nice
runs out
reflexes,
next,
Yukari-chan.
which is unfortunate.
You're
I hit
poisoned.
them where it
Keep
hurt.
an eye on your health.
We're not out of this yet.
Kirito-san defeated. That was amazing. Going, Kirito-senpai.
Do I want to try to get a critical against
Okay,
this guy
now
here?
what?
Save a bit of MP? I think we're going to try.
How about this?
Got it.
Kirito-senpai, that was amazing.
Okay, just going to check something here real quick. Nope. Okay.
I guess it's poisoned. She's losing health.
Use so many of these sort of things here, it's gross. Won't have to use any more though. It's got the reflect up, so for this turn I'm just gonna do this.
In this situation,
I'm just gonna hit with a Garu. The weaker this is, the better. Because it's getting bounced. Oh, Matt Koga. Okay, that's not too bad.
you dodged it. That's our leader. I'll show you my power. Persona, engage.
Okay.
Black Rock!
Well executed.
Here we go.
It would have been a lot easier if I went to that one with enough to cast 2 scans, honestly, but... This would be so much more useful if I went to these fights knowing what I needed. Okay, do we have a strength? Yep. I should have got the experience there because we're going to get a huge amount on this one. Oh well. Actually, no, it wasn't that much. I'm kind of feeling like it's likely that we're going to be getting hit by a bunch of stats effects during this area. And that's going to suck. Grand Slasher, that's for Koromaru. Other than Fuka, we didn't spend too much of our MP here, so... Okay, these guys are gonna be Charm. Have to kind of make sure that Yukari doesn't get charmed here, so... This isn't actually going to stop it, unfortunately, but... I have the distinct feeling this is going to be a charm boss. Let's go ahead and use items here. Let's give Fuka the luxury chocolate, and I guess the last of our spinach. That'll be enough for 2. Oh, let's not fight yet. I forgot. I need to actually give her even more SP, and I need to use that ability to give us... Man, I need to buy some sodas here, or something. Okay.
Yes. Powerful enemy spotted.
It gives me that, like, sort of early game advantage of being able to, like, reduce the damage I'm taking while figuring out what they do, so...
Leader.
Let
There
the
are 2
battle begin.
targets.
Alright, let's just try this.
Let's end this.
This might actually be a weakness for this thing. This might actually be
Just
wind
one
weak.
more. Take that.
It was taking that much damage from this.
Yes.
Nope, it's not. Took a lot of damage from that, though. Oh, shit. Well, okay.
Wind isn't good on this one. You'll have to
Oh, it
try
actually
something
resists
else.
wind. Wow, I wonder how I did that much damage to it.
Not that.
Okay.
I'll hit them where it hurts.
Could Spirit Drain them back, but I'm guessing I'm going to get a lot less back off this than they did. Yeah, I do a lot less with that. They have an unfair amount off of this. Let's try to pop these balloons here and see if that's the way to go. Nope. That still does good damage, though.
Now's the time.
They resist or negate wind, rather, so not that.
Should I scan on this enemy? I see. So this is
Nothing.
what we're up against.
Great. I'm glad I didn't spend a ton of items on restoring SP before we went into this.
Nice reflex.
Because we're going to be forced to just use, like, physical attacks against these guys. What's resistant to wind here? Okay, this guy negates wind and he's got single shot. This guy negates wind and he's got those. I want to use cheap physical abilities that don't use SP. I don't think I've got that combo. This is probably the closest I've got there. Okay, Allegora it is, I guess. Or no, not you. I got 2 Knight guys. Bareth. This guy's level 13. Yeah, it does nothing.
This will do the trick.
Um,
I'm ready. What's the plan here?
I'm gonna do this while we still can.
Messalea!
And I'm gonna do this while we still can. Because in a little bit we're gonna be incapable of using that sort of stuff.
You dodged it. That's our leader.
That's fine.
I'll go with not that.
This will do the trick.
What is optimal?
I'm really kind of hoping that we get a critical on some of these here.
Palladium.
Unfortunately, we're not getting lucky enough for that to happen. Okay, well we still can. Let's do a Meteorama, especially to heal up Igus.
Much obliged.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, so all of our buffs and stuff like that that we got out beforehand, like that's just really nice to have already done.
I guess evaded the attack.
0 SP is the worst. Yeah, fire resistance reverted, that's fine. We'll do this.
Go! Take that! One last touch!
Alright, we got the freeze
Frozen.
inflicted.
Now's your chance.
Please. Well, I guess it's the critical.
One enemy knocked down by What is optimal?
Oh, and then we can just use Orgia mode.
Ready to engage.
Alright, so this was like the most costly boss fight that we've had so far. And it wasn't even because they hurt us, it's because they just like stole all our SP. Those bastards. Just go with these. We might have to leave soon because of that one.
Oh, hello.
It's kind of unfair that the enemy could drain your energy, even though we won this. Could affect our progress. We can expect to encounter another powerful enemy up ahead, but if you think flying might be too risky, let's try retreating. Continue. Let's just get the item, then we'll retreat. I'm gonna actually have to leave after that one. It's just not worth continuing after losing that many resources. I'm glad I came into that fight, though, without, like, super high resources. Being interfered with time and space, named a Shadow, we researched a time manipulation device with its power. My first grandchild, Mitsuru, comes to mind, and what will become of the creature group once I die? Bicolor shorts. I get the feeling like those are for... This would have looked good on Aragaki, but he isn't here anymore. He doesn't wear shorts. Why would that look good on Aragaki? Okay, well... I would have thought that would be Ken, because he's the person in the party who wears shorts, but whatever. Okay. On we go. Yeah, so this Wednesday we're probably going to be doing, I think, Signalis, and then, we might even just do Signalis all the way through on Wednesday? I don't know, actually. I have to figure out a schedule for all this stuff. Okay, off we go. Hopefully the last person that we encounter in that place doesn't also drain SP, but... get the feeling like he'll be something even more annoying than the last two. Okay, like, let's get the hell out of here. I'm just gonna register everything. Blah. Okay.
Welcome to the Velvet Room.
I hate how this is underfused personas because it like doesn't feel like
Please take a look.
it doesn't feel like it should
Registering
be.
persona is overriding except I've completed registration. Are you finished?
Okay.
We look.
We are just after another full moon, so we got some time before anything happens, but we have those exams that we have to get to.
Oh, hello.
Fortunately, I'm at capped knowledge, so I don't actually have to study with everybody. First semester is just a warm-up. The game starts real during the second semester. You better use the library to stay loud at home. I'm at max knowledge. I don't have to worry about anything.
So,
Let's talk about Aragaki-san anymore. Now we have exams. I guess people just worry about their own problems. It's kind of sad, don't you think? Well, I mean, people only have the capacity to worry about so many things at a time, and, you know, Aragaki is not someone any of these guys knew, so it's not like that's a huge deal to them. I think that'd be more important for, you know, us who are actually acquainted with the guy. Okay, let's Nobody, huh? Okay, well, I kind of knew that was going to happen, but still. Pray when you buy takoyaki from Octopia and share it with your loved one. You'll break up. So how's your relationship going? I don't think we've done that yet, and I don't think I technically am in a relationship yet. Alright. Hey there, Morbits, how's it going? Getting shut out in this case of Gekko Kensui. There aren't any eyewitnesses, no one heard so much as a scream. It's like nothing ever happened, or at least no one admits knowing anything. This brush it off as a tragic case of juvenile crime, but I think this goes deeper. Could it possibly be that guy who goes around town with a revolver sticking out of his pants that everyone keeps commenting on? Probably not. Couldn't possibly be that. Alright, what's up? I think this is... Oh, okay.
Yes!
Wonderful, my grown friend. No, I'm not here to eat today. I'm here because I want to talk to you. It was weird cult shit.
Hey, I haven't
I'm
been
doing well so
well,
lately. You know, it's all because you're
And
blasphemy.
it's all
Well, I
because
do
of
love
your
blasphemy.
I begged so hard for your soul that I think I actually lost weight.
That's probably a good thing, actually. Keep it up.
Look at me! I'm paper thin now!
I mean, only in the sense that it is possible to just get paper and make it as thick as you want. There's technically no limit to how thick you can make a sheet of paper if you really put your mind to it. You do look thinner.
Oh, you really think so? I eat the same amount of food, though.
Stress can make you skinnier. Or fatter.
I get what you're trying to say. You're embarrassed to be seen with me, right?
I almost completed it, but I did a shorter one last Wednesday because I knew for a fact I was going to be streaming on Friday. So I did a short one on Wednesday.
I'm not like my little brother. Not smart or athletic. And I have weird stubby legs.
Okay.
And my pants are covered with food stains.
Yeah, well that one you could fix. You could go wash your pants.
I'm just a thorn in everyone's side. They all wish I could be more like my little brother.
Well, I don't know. I haven't met the guy. Could I meet him? Maybe I'll like him more than you too.
All they do is make fun of me. I just want this whole world to disappear.
Yeah, that is the typical attitude of, like, your typical religious nuthead.
But the world can't end yet. Not until I save you first. Look, I can try harder. I just need to make it to paradise. That should solve all my problems.
I already told you I'm working on it. The world isn't going to end because I'm going to stop from ending. Don't you worry your little head off there.
I'll be taller and more slender, and my body will glow. So I'll be safer at night.
Wouldn't you be more... You'd be in more danger if your body was glowing at night, because then you couldn't hide from things.
See? Then I won't be inferior to my brother. And you won't hate being seen with me.
If I hated being seen with you, I wouldn't hang out with you. I really don't care.
So please, don't abandon me.
Yeah, well, tough luck on that one, unfortunately. We've got about, 4 months left? I think we got, like, 4 months left. Feel strong connect. I didn't get to say shit. Okay, well... Yeah, regardless, I got some bad news for you,
I
bucko.
have to go, so I don't have time to eat today. I haven't earned forgiveness just yet. And I have to find a new member to recruit soon.
That was him just now. So can you handle it?
Sure, all I gotta do is rough him up and I get paid. You know, I've got this buddy who's kinda strapped for cash too, if you catch my drift.
Fine, you'll both get paid. Just make sure you finish the job.
Why would he say this right in front of me and also right in front of a police station?
Huh? Oh, it's you. 132,000 yen, right? That's the same trick you used on my son. If you know what's good for you, I'd stay the hell away from him.
That's actually not that much money at the end of the day, but, you know, it's still not a good thing to be extorting from people.
Oh, it's you.
Midterms will be starting next week. To be honest, I'm not sure how productive anyone will be trying to study on their own. Well, aside, try to do your best to study as well. Don't push yourself. So I will have to talk with Fuka when I get a chance to. I could do the study over there, but I obviously don't want to for the reason of we've got other shit. So let's just deal with other shit. Must be the monk today. I can never remember what day is like the correct day for any of these people. Also, let's oh, you're new here? Okay, I don't actually see anything new here. The light has disappeared, the shadow grows darker, but the lost lights will live on in a strong new light. You've reached a turning point, the light has begun to challenge the shadow. Your time is coming, soon. Let's hope that you find fortune in your destiny. I already have that arcane unlocked. I told her she's getting obsessed with fortune telling, but she doesn't seem to listen to me. I won't give up on her, though. I'm a friend, she needs my help, especially at times like this. She worries too much. I'm just interested in fortune telling, that's all. Why does she have to act like that? I'm just trying to get as many fortunes as possible. Just sound daily planning, you know? No. Also, Scam Guy has got something new for me, too. Hello, Scam Guy. Hey, you're a curious one, aren't you? Well, go on, take a look. Veggie blog note. A note with a URL of a blog written by devoted vegetable garden lovers. Why would this be in the dark web? This is probably this is probably a euphemism. They're probably growing like poppy seeds or something like that. Coca leaves. I don't know. All right, old man. Yeah, yeah. Let's just sit here. He has a very delighted laugh on that one. They said men are supposed to be ballsy and women charming, but it's really the other way around, see? Well, if you're plenty attractive, anyone would open up to you, though. To feel my bond with Mitatsu growing stronger is spend time together. Yeah, next time. Okay.
Good morning.
Have you noticed, Yuki? Normally after a successful operation, the number of apathy syndrome cases decreases. However, this time it's the opposite. There's only one shadow left. Must be apprehensive. Yeah, agreed. I don't know if apprehensive is the right word, though, but if that's the case, then we'll head into the rest, put to rest with the next battle. In any event, if it weren't for you, we wouldn't be here, so thank you. We wouldn't be at school? What do I have to do with that?
That's all for today.
You write that down? You better hurry up. I'm about to erase it. Still writing? Hurry up. What have you been doing this whole time? Texting or something? Exams start next Tuesday. There's no time to waste. Let's just move on to the next problem. I'm feeling sleepy. Should I close my eyes for a few minutes?
I'm moving on now.
You write that down? Okay, that was more than enough time. I'm going to erase it now. Really, I'm going to do it. Oh, and I heard that one of you was counting how many times to say, did you write that down? How about focusing on your notes? Okay, is he going to get to something that's going to be on the exam? Alright, I guess what are you on about? It is rational for students to concentrate on their exams rather than Aragaki-san. However, for some unknown reason, I question the value of thinking like that. If you worried about every single person that died, you would literally never be able to accomplish anything, because there's someone who dies, like, every day. Not necessarily someone that you know, but, you know. Getting overly obsessed with people who are dead is probably not a great idea, just on account of the fact that, like, I don't know, there's probably a person who dies every second of the world. Okay, there's Koromaru. Not sure what I should prioritize here. I kind of want to talk to this guy here. Mooney guy probably isn't going to actually advance right now.
What's up?
Supposed to grab a bite. How about you?
Yeah.
Oh, actually, you've gone ahead. I'm not done working out yet. They'll be right there.
Sorry I kept you waiting.
You okay?
Yeah. Sorry, I guess I need to train more.
I don't think that's the problem here.
Let's go in. I'm super thirsty.
Still don't know what the
Smells
interior
great.
of that place is like.
I always say food tastes better with a buddy. I used to come here all the time with my teammates, but
I'll come back here with you.
you're the only one who says that anymore. Anyway, they wouldn't come now even if I invited them.
That one's Signalis. It went pretty good until I got stuck at the very end there, but I was kind of tired because it was like 2 in the morning. But I was stuck on a puzzle where I was like, okay, I think I've done this correctly, but maybe I'm just tired and need to like get a rest and then come back to it when I'm... turns out, no, actually, there's this stupid puzzle in the game where it's like, you can correctly do the puzzle, because I did it correctly, and then insert the card into the slot that's supposed to go in, but you have to insert all of the other ones in first, and then do the one that I was doing. And if you don't do it in that way, then it doesn't work, even though you've done it correctly. Like, it should actually just accept the card that I did, because there's no reason it shouldn't do it that way, but no, game was being a bitch, so... But everything else was pretty good.
I don't really get along with people who don't take the sports
It's
seriously.
a pretty good game. I like it so far. They're definitely doing some interesting stuff. Like, it's fairly abstracted. They're trying to do some stuff with, like, your self-identity. I feel like there's going to be some sort of swing where it's like either the person I'm looking for isn't who I thought they were, or I'm not who I thought I am, or both. So I'm not exactly sure what the direction that swing is going to be, but they've definitely, like, leaned into the idea that I'm not who I think I am, or someone else isn't who I think they are.
We even started training at different times. Nothing's organized anymore.
I kind of am hoping like it's an interesting reveal, not a dumb one, but we'll see.
I used to love it there, you know. I spent all my time on the track, practicing and training.
The Soma formula? Technically, the Soma formula was that he is who he thinks he is. It's just that he also happens to be a robot. And he keeps, you know... You like that sort of thing? Yeah, I like that sort of thing, too. So, Soma is... He is still who he thinks he is. He's also a robot now. He's been turned into a robot. He's been Shipathesiast. And I think that the essence of Simon still remains, which is to say... a brain-damaged Torontonian. So, you know.
We all loved track and had so much fun together. Never mind. It doesn't matter. We're too different, them and me. I'm going to reach heights they never will. I have to.
Nasa is really passionate about sport. I feel like we're getting closer.
Sorry, that was a weird conversation. I think I'll do lunges the whole way home. You keep at it too. No slowing down.
Those aren't lunges. What are you doing? Decide to head back to the dorm. Yeah, it gives off very Silent Hill-y kind of vibes for the combat in that you have very, very little ammunition. And it seems like it's actually better once you sort of learn what the enemies are like to just run past all of them. Which I have mixed feelings about in those sort of situations, but... Next full moon will be our last operation, huh? It's kind of surreal. Wait, I have to stop getting distracted. Exams are next week. So it's so hard to focus. Also, because I'm a stubborn person, I have struggling tremendously with the inventory management, but that's my own doing.
I have a suggestion.
I've confirmed that everyone's spirits are low due to Aragaki-san's incident. If this persists, the outlook for our next mission will be poor. We must forge ahead. What's the suggestion? Is it just keep doing what we're doing? God damn it. There's nothing interesting on the news. Okay, well, whatever. So I could stay with Fuka. That might actually be my best option for today, because it'll probably net me some affection points there. What the hell's going on over here? Okay, so I could do something with Akihiko. I'm actually gonna, because of the nature of this particular playthrough, continue doing this one. I don't want to get into another street fight. And every time I try to go out and eat with... yeah, it's definitely not infinite ammo. It's more like you pick up an ammo drop and it's like 5 bullets. Actually, 5 bullets is generous. It's usually like 2 bullets. And it takes like 4 bullets to kill an enemy, and they don't drop ammo. So yeah, you're very, very limited on ammo. It's way better to just like walk past enemies. The enemies reanimate themselves. Like, you have to use flares to completely destroy them by burning out their insides. But,
Thank you.
yeah, if you don't do that, they just get back up eventually. And it's randomized, it seems like. They just sometimes either stay
I'm
down for a
glad
long
everyone
time or
showed up
they
for this.
don't.
I probably wouldn't have been able to concentrate on my own.
Yeah, it hasn't been very long. Thanks for inviting me. I think this will be a big help for me too.
We've got to keep going. It's the only thing we can do.
I also don't think that I'm going to be able to, like, briefcase upgrade like you can in Resident Evil, because, like, you only have 6 item slots, and I'm pretty sure it's going to stay at 6 item slots throughout the entire thing, which is brutal. You're right.
Yeah, Mata-kun and Sonata-senpai have been trying to move on too.
I don't mean to be a busybody, but if there's anything you need help with, please let me know. I am the one who suggested this study session after all.
You're also the person here with the second highest grade, so you could actually help a lot, yeah.
Fuka, you don't need to worry about a thing, okay?
Sorry, it's just, I always admired things like this. You know, everyone meeting up to study together. I always thought it would be nice to stop by a restaurant on our way home and help each other out.
I can make that wish come true. Let's see, what should you help me with first?
He definitely needs the help. What about the restaurant?
I'm pretty sure the restaurant wasn't the point.
But that's how I increase my
I'm glad I
intelligence.
came to the storm. Even after a terrible tragedy, you guys helped me remember how to smile.
The biggest difference between, like, proper Silent Hill and Signalis in terms of the combat is, like, your melee weapon is like stun batons, and you get a limited number of those. So if you were pretty good at, like, Silent Hill, the old ones, you could just use your pipe and just beat things that way, but it was slow, clunky, and high risk, and it would be better to just run past enemies. In Signalis, they just sort of, like, realize that that's how that is, and you should just learn to run past enemies.
I'm glad you came here too, Fuka.
Oh, right. Could you help me with this part? Sure. This one's difficult. Let's see.
I know the answer. I don't know what the question is, but I know the answer.
Oh, I see. So that's the formula you need to use. I'm impressed you figured it out.
It's probably the quadratic formula. Everything in high school is the quadratic formula. If it's not trigonometry. I don't think I actually got any affection points for doing that. That sucks.
I was in the zone.
The power of friendship.
Dude, you did not just say that. How corny can you be? I get what you mean, though. Guess we'll just keep giving it our all. It's the least we can do to take some weight off our senpais.
Okay, I think it's about...
Well, unfortunate, but whatever. I'm probably just gonna run with that, even though,
All right.
got to see how much you like run past off. I'm not normally a huge fan of that. I think the combat is meant to be ancillary. It has incredibly high puzzle density. I think the actual challenge of Signalis is supposed to be the puzzles. And they're, like, puzzles that are, like, not impossible, but they're significantly harder than Resident Evil puzzles. Ready for today's lesson? Aha, Adonai Tetragrammaton. Isn't that a little bit like saying, like, whatever, something lorem ipsum? Okay, whatever. We covered the time of magical growth and just about reached the modern age. Just as every art or science branches off into sub-studies as it progresses, magic began subdividing around the 18th century. Some people preached of morals, some focused on communicating with spirits, etc., etc. There was even the man who founded modern psychology based on his research into hypnosis. Now check out Off Combat, Phil kind of tacked on as well. Apparently Off Combat was restricted heavily by the engine restrictions because it was made in, like, an old iteration of RPG Maker. So they couldn't do much to actually change how combat went in Off. But that was just because they were building it in that sort of, like, pre-made engine. Aside from crits, those were cool. I don't even think that crits were cool in the original one, so that might be new. There's even the man who founded modern psychology based on his research into hypnosis. Is that... I don't actually know who he's referring to here. Because I think the founder of modern psychology is usually referred to as Wilhelm Wundt. I don't remember him being into hypnosis. This too is magic, the ability to see into the human mind. That's not really what hypnosis is. As a result of magical research's flourishing, witch hunts grew more common. To avoid this, the practice went underground to secret societies. I'm sure many of you have heard the names of at least some of these organizations. The Rosicrucian Order, the Freemasons, the Illuminati, the Golden Dawn. I think some of these are non-existent and some are terrorists. The Bavarian Illuminati were real, but they didn't really delve into the occult, I don't believe. Interestingly enough, many of these societies are still with us today. I feel like the problems with the Commodore are more design and engine limitations. It was designed in large part to sort of directly emulate older, Earthbound games, which it's very, very similar to. The combat mechanics in OFF are very, very similar to sort of like a discount Earthbound. Like there are 4 elements, but your main character does all of them and none of your add-ons do. I think that's because you need to be able to do all of them with the main character just in case you don't actually, Well, actually, no, I think you're guaranteed to get the add-ons. I can't remember. The add-ons definitely were, like, very much the guy does not want to put the effort into the art for them. As to the forefathers of modern magic, they're simply too numerous to count. For example, there's Eliphas Levi, a man who attempted to combine modern and ancient systems of magic. His literature, which took a scientific approach, is still being published to this day. Madame Blavatsky is a renowned musician from the 19th century and a figurehead of the theosophy in her time. You are guaranteed? Yeah. I guess, I'm not sure why they did quite like that, honestly. Yeah. Many magical societies stemmed from the Theosophical Society, which Blavatsky founded with a few close associates. Franz Mesmer opened the path to psychology in his studies on life energy. I don't think Franz Mesmer actually was in psychology, per se. Monroe Steiner, once a member of the Theosophical Society, founded Anthroposophy, which he called a spiritual science. There's Aleister Crowley, of course, the 20th century's most well-known magician. And George Gurdjieff, a mystic who taught his May students the fourth way, also known as the work or the system. Each of them was a living archive of esoteric knowledge. But yeah, I do think that they sort of tried to work around the limited combat mechanics in OFF by sort of making it sort of more focused on exploration and puzzles. Sort of like finding a way around some weird area is more of an emphasis on that one. They would not have been able to, though, like, pull off something like, I thought the puzzles were pretty good in the old, for that one, but yeah, like, it wasn't, I think, possible for OFF to have done a game like, Undertale, because he would have had to have, like, completely done the engine from scratch or redone a lot, or used things that didn't really exist as tools for indie developers back then. So I kind of, like, just take it as granted that it's not going to be as good as a more modern indie RPG. Are you still hearing me? Not frozen with fear, I trust? Hee. Allow me to test you if you're paying attention. Get it wrong and your sign will change. Haha, Adonai Tetragrammaton.
Okay, then.
Now who to pick? Yuki, answer as thou wilt. Who is the founder of Theosophy, a group that gave rise to many other magical societies? I think you said that was Helena Blavatsky, but I'm going to double check here. I actually have no idea who this is. Like, I know who Aleister Crowley is, and I know who Eliphas Levi are very tangentially. I actually never heard of Helena Blavatsky. Very good. Remember to live blessed on your unlucky years, though. At any rate, the magical arts progress even further with their practical use, thanks to the archiving and proliferation desires by the day we've covered today. I answer correctly. Most of them were basically just memorize a number sequence. That's fair. That's fair. I think there were a few where it was like memorize a pattern, like a map or something like that as well, but I think that weird thing where you fell down like a chute is probably about the most like radical divergence from a normal RPG Maker sort of mechanic that they had in that game. I also don't remember liking that particularly too much, though, but... I can't remember what the point of falling down that chute even was. Maybe you had to do that for... Was that a side quest? I literally don't remember. I just remember you fall down a thing and you had to go through rings or something like that for some damn reason. And I'm like, this feels more like a Sonic adventure thing than it does a proper JRPG thing, but whatever. I also listened to the soundtrack a little bit for the remake, and I think they actually changed all the music, which is kind of interesting. The original music was a lot more kind of strange, in all honesty, but I thought it had a lot of character to it. That was main quest? Discover that sugar is made of people? Well, you know, are they really people? I don't actually know about that. It's also made out of crack, so, you know. There's this friend I've had since we were in short pants. He's a great singer. He said, when you die, I'll sing a song at your funeral. It was real nice of him. Him and we go way back. What if he dies first? What are you going to do for him? Oh yeah, no, now I remember though. Like, yeah, that was to get into the sugar factory. The other of the most important elements. I did like how when you're in that sort of factory where everyone in there was basically just a gigantic crack addict. The music was great, yeah. The music in the original was a lot more weird. It was a lot less musical and a lot more sort of like sounds almost. Yeah, let's still spend time with the guy. I kind of feel like the original, like, because I don't think that the guy who made Off was like Toby Fox. I don't think he had a musical background. So I think they just sort of like winged it a little bit. Some of those tracks still seem... Some of them do. Some of them do, but they've been updated a little bit. Let's make him proud. How's everybody? Sometimes I can't stop thinking about Aragaki-senpai, even though I know I shouldn't be dwelling on what happened. Right now we just have to focus on our midterms.
How's work?
Realize it may be difficult given recent events, but have you been studying for the exams? Yes.
I see.
Good, keep it up then. When you visit visiting a purified zone, you just get some guy shouting occasionally, basically. Yeah, there's not supposed to be, like, sound there, really. It's not supposed to be, like, music, but kind of, like, meant to match that sort of bleak, blank sort of thing that goes on there. More and more children today aren't getting the necessary amount of exercise. This concludes our special report on Health and Sports Day. That was brief, okay. Was it still 3 endings that they had? Is it just 3, or yes. Did they add more? Or were there more than 3? I think there were just 3 in the original. One more shadow left. A lot's happened, but the next one's the last. We finally made it. For us, there's nothing left except winning. Try to keep it together, alright? Mind you, I never actually did physically get all 3 endings to Off. I just got, like, the 2 normal ones. I didn't actually get the secret ending myself. I just looked it up online. I don't have the patience for that kind of shit. South and Casseret kills 100 as if. I'll be at POW today as well. Come right away. The true... Are you sure that other one's the true ending? I don't actually know that the secret ending is the true ending. I feel like that one's like the, I feel like that's an homage to the, like... What's it called games? The, well, the Silent Hill games, honestly. Is it just Koromaru that I could talk to here? You got the... You must be one of those people who, like, talks to every NPC, like I do. I didn't manage to go get some of the items that I needed because I just didn't think that I was supposed to get them, or didn't care to get them, because I never buy items. That's the thing that tripped me up on not getting that one.
Oh?
Because basically, like, I still haven't, figured out what any of the gun upgrades do in Persona 5. I still don't know what that does. I played that game like 3 times. Look like you have some time to spare. She'll use more valuable life lessons free of charge, of course. It seems like President Tanaka wants to talk to me. Feels like we can grow closer thanks to the Devil Persona Baphomet. I feel like my grow closer. Sure, why not?
Good.
I like your attitude. Alright, then let's get right to it. Exception of not going back to Zone 0 and Civilian, so I just reloaded and did that. Yeah, I guess you probably have to look that up. I don't know how you would think to do that normally. Today I'll tell you a funny story.
These days, even a grade schooler knows how to buy stocks online. How about you? Interested in stock trading?
Not at all.
Oh my, really? But the stock market is all the rage these days. Quite a cynical worldview, I have to say. But you're sticking to your guns. I like that. My company just went public on the stock exchange. Since our sales were skyrocketing, we decided to sell shares. And guess what? The number of shareholders skyrocketed too.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Now listen, this is the funny part. The majority of our shareholders are also our customers.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
They keep buying more of our products, so of course the stock will rise.
I don't actually know that this thinking is true anymore. I think we've actually reached the point in the market where you could buy a whole bunch of products from a place and the stock wouldn't be affected, and you could stop buying products completely from a place and their stock would still increase. Like, it feels like they're completely divorced from one another at this point in time, and it's pure speculation at this point in time.
Isn't that hysterical? You should learn to appreciate the irony. I'm thinking of offering you a job, so you should come up with some stories of your own.
What kind of stories? I received passionate advice from President Tanaka. I understand him a little better now.
Have you been keeping your promise? You didn't tell anyone, did you? If you go back on your word, I'll find out where you live and ring the doorbell every night.
Man, that would be really funny. Just add in another person who just shows up to my bedroom every day. Just President Tanaka just shows up. There's like a lineup of like him, Aigis, Pharos, Yukari. Who's also shown up in my room so far? Mitsuru has. She actually knocked and like stayed outside though, so that's a little bit better. Going back to the sugar as people thing, I think that pretty clear is meant to be both a comment on sugar addiction and slavery. I think that it could be that. I think that it also comments on the fact that sugar is an industry that is killing people, because sugar, like, in its current state, is actually killing its, like, people, is killing people. So I think that there's, like, the history of it being that. I think that's also true. I think the fact that it's currently, like, poisoning people, kind of, I say as I, like, eat my candy bars that I bought at a discount from, like, Halloween, is also true. I think there's a lot going on there. All this stuff is actually pretty allegorical. I feel like the oceans are made out of plastic is pretty, like, ahead of its time, actually, because that was not the discourse back then. The only one I haven't figured out is, like, the metal thing, necessarily. That one I still get confused by. Like, the way that they go into the mines and pull out smoke is, like, very directly on the nose, an allegory of, like, how our mining industries, like coal and oil and gas, have basically just filled the air with smoke. Like, that one's fairly obvious. I don't know why they get metal from cows. I can understand problems relating to the cattle industry. I don't know how that ties to metal. I might be misremembering how that one worked, though. I don't know. Oh boy, I just talked to Tanaka. Time to, like, buy his stuff.
It's amazing commodities!
I'm your host, Tanaka, with a live presentation of my amazing commodities.
I'm going to do it.
Juicy seasonal gift set. Pears are in season right now, but don't you think they're pretty hard to peel?
Good.
But with a paring knife, the pear's skin will come right off. Do people peel pears? Oh my goodness, it's wonderful. Wait, there's more.
Not bad, kid.
We'll throw in this Candy Hosui pair, too. Guess how many? 2. All this for just 19,000. Oh, that's a lot, but, yeah, okay. I think they're just meant to be inefficient ways of getting the thing it's off in a sense.
Thanks,
Could be.
kid.
I do think that even back then, like, the plastic industry did have a lot of industrial runoff into waterways that was poisoning them. So I kind of feel like that was touching on that element. I always felt like the mining for smoke was an allegory for, like, the effects of mining in terms of environmental catastrophe, because, like, it's basically like skipping a step where you're, like, mining for coal, and they're talking about the environmental end result of it rather than talking about the specific thing that they're trying to get. Because you're obviously not trying to get the environmental damage. What you're trying to get is the coal so that you can have that do something, but the end result of that is, like, you end up with a bunch of smoke in the air. Or how, like, we have our plastic industry that we make plastic for, but the end result of that is we have, like, the plastic rings in the ocean that, like, kill turtles.
Bye-bye.
So it almost feels like they're sort of skipping the step of, like, going from the production of the thing to the end result of the thing rather than going for, like, what we actually use it for. That's how it felt to me, though, but like I said, Bendel throws a bit of a wrench in the works there as far as that goes. Although there could be some sort of allegory there that I just don't know about.
By the way,
I guess San will be taking exams for the first time. How do you think she'll do, Yuki-san? Not the same as Junpei.
what?
Really? Would that even be possible? Ken, it's really weird seeing you dressed in a sweater vest, a long sleeve shirt, drinking coffee, and then also wearing shorts. Well, whatever. You do what you want. We have tomorrow off for Health and Sports Day. But since it's the day before the midterms, I'll probably just be studying the whole day. Maybe I'll squeeze in a walk or something. It's not good to focus too much on only one thing. That's a really cute winter outfit. I actually really like that. I feel like this would actually be, like, not quite warm enough if it's cold winter, but maybe it's not actually that cold because it is, I don't know. Depends on the weather where you are. Okay, we got options here. This guy only shows up on, like, Sundays, so I should probably talk to this guy, like, every Sunday. What the hell? People. See that guy over there, right? You know, the one who's been following me? I don't know how to get rid of him, so I guess I'll just let him do whatever it is he's doing. Isn't she awesome? Maybe I'll just keep checking her out a little while longer. Is there a new Stalker subplot going on here? Wow. 2 in 1 game. Alright. You. Cough. Cough, wheeze, wheeze. Cough, cough. Sorry, Pant Pat. If you, Pant, don't mind, Pant, please stay until I caught my breath. Feels as if we can grow closer thanks to the sub-persona Quetzalcoatl, where Quetzalcoatl demands that I sacrifice this man in the name of the sun god so that the sun may rise tomorrow. I feel like I might grow closer to Kamiki soon. Should I spend the day with Kamiki? Sure, why not?
Thank you.
Might be his last moments. Cough, huff, huff.
It's starting to settle down, I think. Thank you for coming. It's comforting to have someone with me.
I'm actually, like, blanking here. Wasn't there another element in that game? I feel like there's one more. Or were there 4?
Why do I have to face this alone? Why am I the one?
You should find a support group for other people dying of your mysterious illness there. Then you won't feel that way.
I can't run around like I did as a child anymore, because my legs and heart won't even let me.
Look, hearing that as, like, someone who's old as shit, you know, Meat, right, that meat was the other one. I remember sugar, but I don't remember meat.
All that's left is to draw my sheets around me and count the beats of my heart until they stop forever. Why is this only happening to me?
You aren't alone. There's other people dying of your strange, mysterious...
Sure, there are plenty of people dying in this world.
Trying to find a way to put into words why I don't think the metal from cows thing isn't meant to be a metaphor, but struggling. I mean, it's a game where I feel like a lot of the stuff is allegorical, but I mean, it could actually just be, you know, they decide not to have it all be allegorical. Like, they could have ran out of allegories and just put in some stuff because it was funny.
But so what? What does that have to do with my death? Where is there meaning in any of this? I wish I could run away. But if my body were capable of that, I wouldn't be here anyway. No matter what I do, my body is there to remind me. Why? Why me?
All the events are kind of from the perspective of Factory, if that makes sense. Yeah, no, that's kind of the impression I got from it. I feel like a lot of it, though, was like the idea that it was something that was destructive, but then when you purify it, it's also like you kind of needed it as well, so...
Please don't leave just yet. It's almost too much for me if I'm alone. Right. I suppose I shouldn't. I can accept it. I'm feeling a little better now. Thank you.
Man, this guy is difficult to get the answers for. I'm gonna actually retry this one. You meet this guy so infrequently that, like, not getting any of the answers correct is kind of sucks, but...
It's dope.
It's interesting that they play Kiwi no Kyoku.
Welcome back.
It breathes smoke, stands on metal, runs on meat, and is lined with plastic. Where's the sugar coming in that sort of sense there, I suppose? Okay, I'm gonna redo this day here. Rewind. Be kind, rewind. Daytime.
It's amazing commodities! I'm going to do it.
Okay, we're just gonna go ahead and get this again. Sugar is the secret man-made element in Zone 3. Zone 1 covers the 4 basic ones. Man-made feels like a bit of a pun in this case.
Thank? But...
Well, I'm still not entirely sure what exactly the people in that setting are supposed to be. So much of the game is done through like an unreliable lens that's hard to tell exactly what you're seeing most of the time.
What? By the way...
Okay. So I'm gonna have to try and do something here. Oh, let's just get this out of the way here.
Thank you.
There's also sort of that element of, like, I always feel as though there's some way of, like, it's the kind of naive thinking of a child who sort of, like, sees the outputs of things but doesn't really understand how they get made.
It's starting to settle down, I think.
No, I think it's valid to have, like, combat puzzle gripes about it. It makes it so that, like, you know, you can sort of
Why?
contextualize,
Of course not. No one
it
could.
sort of helps you sort of contextualize how you could make a better version of the same game, I think. Which won't really matter, but, you know, that way you sort of know it when you see it, kind of thing, if you do find one that's like that but better. I think Undertale is a great example of one that is the same sort of thing, but is better. But I definitely appreciate Off for existing, even if it, you know, isn't able to do those sort of elements quite as well.
I mean, I wish I could, but it's
Okay, apparently this one might be better, but I don't actually think so. Really?
Yes, you're right. But I'd still like to talk for just a little longer. I'm feeling a little better now.
I feel like he's asking me to, like, wait here and just watch him suffer this entire time, and it's like...
Don't worry, I'll be
as
fine now.
As soon as he's, like, done suffering,
I hope I can
he's
see
just
you
like,
again
okay,
soon.
well... Just needed someone to make sure he didn't drop dead there, I guess was what he wanted.
Welcome back.
Periodic examination begins. How are your preparations progressing? Until recently, I've been reserving my energy for the final battle. According to Mitsuru-san, studying for exams is a crucial component in preparing for the future. Therefore, while I may be off to a late start, I will now initiate study mode. Part of me wants to see how that goes. This is on right now. Yeah, for Off, I always felt as though there's some sort of, like, lens of it's viewing sort of the way the world works through, like, the eyes of Hugo to a certain extent, like that little kid. But I was never quite sure if that's how it's supposed to actually be interpreted. It feels very much like that kind of French style of not being quite as direct with what it's saying compared to, like, a lot of American-type media, but... Couldn't piece together why he's called the Batter, because he's got a bat. Heck, what a strange kid.
I was just thinking you might show up, and here you are.
So you're saying you manifested me?
Hey, don't get the wrong idea, kid. It's not like I was looking forward to seeing you or anything.
Such a tsundere.
Anyway, what's the deal with your hair, kid?
But beyond that, yeah, I think there are actually reasons why, but I honestly can't remember. It's been like a decade since I played this game. It's stuck in my memory pretty well, honestly, but, you know.
Doesn't it get in your eyes? Is that the style nowadays? My son kept his hair long, too.
Why is there a guy called the Batter on a holy mission to kill everyone? Yeah, I mean, I'm not 100% sure exactly why there's that, It sort of depends on, like, I guess, what you think the cause and effect of everything is. It's a little bit abstracted, but... I'm trying to remember exactly what could be the reason for that.
You should cut it. No, better yet, shave it all off. Give the bald look a try.
Zone 2, I think there was actually kind of quite a bit of religious symbolism in, like, quite a lot of the places, but I'm not sure if that, like, the Batter in particular is meant to be specifically directly linked to like a specific religious connotation. I'm not 100% sure if that's true, but yeah, why he is a batter is probably something that has something to do with something. I just can't remember what. I don't actually know if I ever really figured it out either. Zone 2 is pretty overt. It was more overt, yeah. I feel like the batter and his mission felt pretty overtly kind of religious leaning or appearing in the sense of it being about purification, but yeah, the zones I guess weren't always like that. Yeah, it might look cool.
You got a good attitude, kid. You do get what I'm saying, don't you? I'm not talking about fashion here, you know. I'm saying you'd be better off without your hair.
You're just saying that because you can't grow hair, you bald man.
Sure, you're young and good looking now, but just you wait. I mean, look at me. I'm old and ugly. My cheeks sag like a damn bulldog's. That's life, kid. People get old. Someday you'll be just like me.
Yeah, I'm not lucky enough to get that, Mutatsu.
One day in the future, you'll see your mug in the mirror and think, damn, I was handsome back in the day.
Yeah, I'm not going to have to think that. I don't have the luxury of that.
Trick so you don't lose hope in the future. Just don't expect nothing. Simple, huh? That way you won't ever be disappointed. You're gonna lose your hair eventually, kid, so why bother with it now?
You know, not everybody actually loses their hair when they get old.
Bald is beautiful. You just wake up in the morning and go. No fuss.
That's if you're naturally bald. If you're not naturally bald, you have to shave your head every day to stay bald, but you know.
You'll need a hat for the winter, but I say go for it. I'll spot you money for a shave and some clippers if you're short.
Saw through Mutatsu's harsh words and felt his kindness. I feel like I understand Mutatsu a little better now. I feel like he's saying that just because things are going to be shit later, you should make sure they're shit now so that, you know, you don't get disappointed about the change of pace later on in life. That seems like a really bad way of going about things.
What, is all my talking putting you to sleep? Well, you can't sleep here, kid. Go home and rest in your own bed.
Said goodbye to Mutatsu and went back to the dorm. I mean, it's also the case of, like, I'm not entirely sure, for example, why the judge is a cat, for example. There might be a specific reason why he's specifically a cat, but it's hard to tell where you should look too deeply into a game like Off and where you shouldn't. Let's see what's on TV. Lucky color for Sagittarius is pink. Two types of biblical symbolism in the game. There's the really explicit stuff like Holy Mission and the add-ons being the Father, Child, Holy Spirit. Yep. Fresh electric putting a flower in your door. Yeah, that stuff sort of like runs through the whole thing. I think the I can't remember it well enough in the details to remember the other parts, but all the Zone Guardians being named after biblical figures.
By the way,
were they? I actually don't remember their names well enough to remember whether they were or not, but I'll take your word for it. Exam start tomorrow. It looks like you were all serious about doing well. I literally cannot remember names. Looks like you were all serious about doing well on them. I too will be implementing the take my chances approach on where to focus reviewing my studies.
By the way,
I guess I'll be taking exams for the first time.
what?
I wonder why that was considered a new conversation. Dedan, Japhet, and Enoch. Is Japhet a biblical name? The problem with me not remembering their names is also I also don't remember all of the biblical names. I remember Enoch is definitely one of them, but I remember, like, one of the easier things is, like, a lot of them just have very generic names, like Paul. There's a guy named Paul in there. Really? Okay. Well, apparently I can just do this right away.
Yes!
Well, Enoch is easy because like there's the Book of Enoch. I don't remember who he is or what the hell he did. I just remember that there's a Book of Enoch. First, I have some excellent news to share. Then afterwards, I know just the place.
Hey!
Speaking of weird Bible studies.
I found someone else to welcome into our flock.
Cool.
No! Speak of the devil.
You invited the devil into our flock? Why would you do that? Are you an idiot?
Oh, wow. Are you interested in joining too? Finally, paradise is smiling back at me. Yes! Yes!
Just knock it off.
What are you saying? That I should just abandon these people to their fate? I'm trying to save these people. They've suffered in this world just like me.
I think they suffered in this world because of you, actually.
Someone as good looking as you could never understand. You have no idea what people like me have to go through. Fine. If you're gonna try and stop me, then you and I are through!
Dude, those guys are here to kill you. Enoch is a man who made it in heaven, which ties the game pretty neatly since he's the only human, like guy who's in Hugo's heaven. Was he the only one who did? I thought there was also that lady. I guess she started there? I can't remember.
Anymore. Only true believers are allowed into paradise.
New recruits seem familiar. I'm worried about Suimitsu. I better follow him. Getting the shit kicked out of him.
Huh? What is this?
Why did you lead them into this weird alleyway to begin with?
Is this an emergency? A serious emergency?
Zan is definitely not human. The queen looks human, though, yeah? Yeah, I thought the queen was human. Is she not? To be fair, like, it's kind of questionable who the hell in that game is supposed to be human-looking, but...
So the world's coming to an end, huh? I think I remember some other cult saying stuff like that. Except they really weren't about initiation fees. It was more about giving up material wealth, wasn't it?
Oops.
You mean this was all a trick?
Yeah, I'm not sure how much I trust the appearance of stuff as far as, like, the appearance of things. I feel like everyone's supposed to kind of be human. Mirror to the batter, which confused me even more. Yeah, there's supposed to be some sort of, like, relationship or something like that, I think, between them or something like that, related to Hugo. They tie together to Hugo in some way. I don't remember how. The thing about that game is, like, your perspective is always really skewed in that game, where, like, people will appear, like, monstrous or whatever, where they might actually be normal. So, I'm not actually sure if, like, the other character's not supposed to look human, or they're not supposed to be human just based on their appearances. I kind of felt like the other Zone Guardians are all potentially supposed to just be humans, but...
Oh, yeah. You've been...
Yeah, I could never exactly pin down exactly what the implied relationship was supposed to be leaning towards, but...
But not by us. You should blame that cult you believe in so much. Now that I know the truth, I almost feel sorry for you. But you had to take things too far.
He's about to get battered, don't know.
If you leave any marks, might be able to press charges.
Am I gonna die?
I'm pretty sure they're just gonna rough you up if they're talking about press charges, so you know.
But if I die here, I'll be reborn, and I can
The Fed
go
is
to
pretty
paradise.
explicitly a bird and crawls out of the corpse of a cat. I still don't actually know what that implies in the context of the world of Off, because I don't know how incorrect the batter's view of the world is. Because, like, you see sort of how the judges in his view at the very end of that, and it feels very, like, distinctly, like, incorrect or whatever. and how he himself looks at the end of it. Because he could be tweaking out hard enough that that is actually, you know, not a cat.
I'm not scared. I'm not scared. What?
It's freaky. His only attack is Warble as a cat. Yeah, and then you have to beat the shit out of him. But you know.
What are you doing here? After I said such awful things to you, that we were through. I'm freaking out. I don't want them to hurt me.
Oh, there is a reversal, except it doesn't actually do anything. Okay. Great. Cool. Fantastic.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Gross, dude, you're getting snot everywhere.
The other character that I found confusing was Zeke's. Or Zeke? Zeke was the shopkeep guy.
Screw this. I gotta get to work.
I've had just about enough of this. Look, just forget about the money. But I don't ever want to see you near my son again.
You're so wonderful. You have such a kind soul.
Why did they build this shifty alleyway into the middle of Polonium Mall anyway?
Oh, it's you.
Welcome back. Midterms start tomorrow, but we simply can't ignore what happened. It's tough to focus on staying at such time. Zachary? Yeah, Zachary, that was it. I know it started with the Z, can't remember. That's probably also a biblical name, isn't it? Try to think of something to help everyone focus on the exams. It definitely is, actually. I remember that now. Isn't he one of the few characters who doesn't end up getting purified? I don't know if it's no reason. There's probably actually some reason, but... Alright, he needs help again? Sure, fine. Well, I'll double check here. Yeah, no, fine. Alright. Honestly, don't really remember who Pablo is. Alright, you here to try and get me dinner so we can get in a fist fight with some people? Alright, I'm game. Here we go. We're actually finished my shopping already. Do you have some time now? I want your help for something. Sure.
I owe you one.
Thanks, let's head back to the dorm together. Ah crap, I forgot to buy eggs. Sorry, but can you go back first and make sure no one uses the kitchen? I'll meet you there in a bit. Don't worry, I won't keep you waiting long. I'm quicker on my feet than you are, you know. Looks like Sonata isn't here yet.
Sorry I'm late. I ran into some unexpected trouble.
Got into another fist fight. This time, you were kind enough to send me off so I didn't have to be there for it again.
Alright, here goes.
Zachary's pretty much the only other guy who doesn't get batted. Yeah. I wonder what he's up to, like, at the end of that all. I'm assuming, like, if the batter wins, but, like... The judge's name is Paolo, right. Okay, I always just remember him as the judge. I cannot remember that he has a real name. I'm assuming, like, if the batter wins, then he gets sort of deleted with everything else, but I'm wondering what he's up to if, like, the judge wins.
I'm gonna make pancakes. Think you can help?
Well, actually, I think that sort of they're trying to make it so that the in-universe narrative is that you're not playing as the batter, you're playing as the entity which is controlling the batter, which always adds that sort of, like, layer of meta-narrative to it, where I think that, like, Zachary and Pablo are referring to you, not to the batter. Hard to say. Yeah. Almost feels like they just don't really care, and it's probably just not important, so, you know, they don't mention it, but It would really suck to be Zachary in that sort of situation. Everything's just empty void. Can make pancakes. Think you can help?
I guess you could say I've got a craving. I used to eat them all the time at the orphanage.
How much pancake batter did you make? You made enough pancake batter there for like 10 people.
I know they sell frozen ones nowadays, but nothing beats freshly cooked, right?
I actually have never seen a frozen pancake. Got that part. They definitely explicitly talk to you and even call the batter your puppet. Yeah. So I think that there's supposed to be some sort of like level where it's meta in that sense of just they're trying to reinforce that it's your decisions in those instances, or it's you making the calls in those instances and not the batter. So they're trying to make it so that you've broken down the veil of decisions where it's not you role playing out a decision, it's you making a decision. I think that's sort of the importance of doing that. You're making a lot. Kind of moot because you don't really have any chance in game meta commentary, and I'm telling it a lot of sense since it was absolutely full choice. Well, off I think is meant to just have that like limited choice sort of near the end bit there primarily, but yeah, you definitely don't have as much ability to actually direct the course of the game in off, which I think is again probably a limitation of it being an older game, where they didn't have the means to do anything with that. They probably could have if they had a big development team or something like that, but yeah, I still think that that's probably what they were going for, though. Just thought more would be better than less.
Well, let's go on and get started. Okay, first things first.
Exactly one choice in the entire game, pretty much. Yeah, basically.
What exactly do we do first?
The first step to making pancakes is you read the instruction on your box of pancake mix if you're going for that route. If you don't have pancake mix, the first step is you go get a recipe. Unless you've done this a lot.
I think the recipe said to use lots of butter and to regulate the pan's temperature with a damp washcloth.
What?
Wait, we put a washcloth in the pan? Won't it burn?
It won't, but I also have never heard of that, so... Want me to do it?
You sure? Thanks. I don't know how to cook anything besides the stuff I use for bodybuilding. I can break the eggs and mix the batter. I'll leave the actual cooking part to you.
We're gonna end up with pancakes that are tough as rubber. I don't think the narrative would really lose anything by having the batter all along, basically. I think it would lose a little bit, but I think that it's one of those sort of games where if they made it now, they would have definitely tried to give greater choice to the actual player to a certain extent there.
Oh, so that's how you use the washcloth.
What the hell
How about
are
we
you
add
supposed to
some
use the
protein
washcloth
powder?
for?
Hey, don't look at me like that. Oh,
I don't think it's
I'd
supposed to
better go get the
stink.
plates.
I don't think it's supposed to be like, oh god.
I think this will be enough.
I don't think it's like a Spec Ops The Line, like, kind of antagonism between you and your choices. I think it's just supposed to be like a sort of breakdown of like you being you as opposed to you being the batter. I guess the real sort of causation of where that actually does matter is in, like, it does make it so that you can feel, like, sort of betrayed by the batter and his ideals when you get to the end there. Because I think most people lean towards siding with the judge, in all honesty. And I think that sort of separation between you and the batter makes it easier for you to do that. Because, like, what was your natural impulse when you got to the end? Because mine was to side with the judge when I got to the end.
Oh, check it out!
This is way too many pancakes.
Wow, look at all the pancakes! I knew something smelled good.
Yeah, just give me a minute. We can eat once I bring them out. Would you mind getting everyone else? And don't forget Amada.
Okay.
Oh, it's like a tartar.
The final choice would still work cleanly without the meta elements, but I think that you would be heavily biased towards choosing the batter in that instance. Because I think you'd be more ingrained with the idea that you are the batter rather than you're the person who's sort of controlling the batter, which there is that sort of difference, but Definitely the judge. Yeah, I was naturally sided with the judge as well. He had tried to not murder any. Well, you do have to murder everything to make the game progress because that's sort of the only language that the batter has there. But yeah, like it's like a Tartarus of pancakes. God damn it!
Did the two of you make all of these yourselves?
Yeah, although this guy was the one who cooked them. I said I had a hankering, but we might have made too much.
That is so many pancakes.
I like pancakes, but no way I can eat all of these myself. If you guys could pitch in, that'd be great.
There's one guy on the tracks who did nothing but say help and gave it a good 5 minutes before killing him. Yeah, you know, like there's some enemies in that game that are actually like, you know, you don't really want to beat them to death with a baseball bat, but no, it's not. It's very much not. Like the batter is like a remorseless killing machine monster, so, you know.
So you like pancakes too, Sonata-san?
But yeah, I do think that the point of it was to try and give that you that sort of disconnect between the batter and yourself, so that you've got this sort of feeling like you've got different values than the batter does. I think it also sort of helps to explain why you don't like. It helps sort of also explain why you don't know the motives of the batter, because it's not your motives, it's clearly someone else's motives that you're sort of going along with to a certain extent there.
Thank you. I can't wait to have some.
Because in most games you
I'll
kind
make
of
some
know what
tea.
the main character is
I've got some
thinking, you
leaves
really
that'd
don't
be
know what the
great for
batter
the
is
occasion.
thinking.
It's pancake party time, as they say.
Who the hell says that? It does connect to you a little bit. Yeah. I'm not sure how important I think that is. It probably isn't, but I do definitely sort of think that that's sort of what they were trying to go for, is that sort of idea, but...
The flavor brings a smile to my face.
all day.
Just saying.
Oh, yeah?
between
It's good to hear.
pancakes
As someone who has made
pancakes.
pancakes, doing that kind of, like, amount of pancakes
Thanks for the
on
pancakes. They were really good.
that kind of stove would be a nightmare. Like, for those kind of pancakes, you need a flat top surface where you're getting, like, 8 pancakes done at a time.
Tasted like a lot of care went into them. If you ever make some again, I'd like to help out too.
Are you going to add coffee into the pancakes? Because that would be interesting. That's kind of the thing, though, about,
For as
like, I
many
think
as
a
we
lot of
made,
French media is
they
that it's
sure
a
did
little
disappear
bit...
fast.
It's a little bit hard to entangle and disentangle, like, what is supposed to be intentional and what is not intentional, or what is intended. Like, they tend to go a little bit in the direction of being a little bit abstracted and open to interpretation in a way that makes them a little bit more difficult. And they're not always doing that to have a strong, like, motivated image to it. Sometimes it is just for the sake of feeling it more abstract. So that's something I sort of notice whenever I'm experiencing French media, is it's kind of like that.
Cooking's not really one of my strong points. A certain someone would always say, if you pour protein powder on the ingredients, then you shouldn't be in the kitchen, dumbass.
Love that stuff personally. Off was 100% up my alley. It was a great recommendation. Yeah, I'm glad you liked it. I figured that if you like Expedition 33, it might be interesting to just see like one of the only other French RPGs that are out there.
Most of the time, I only ever got to watch someone else cook, so I never really learned myself.
You should have watched closer, dumbass.
Anyways, thanks for helping out today. I'm hoping that cheered everyone up a little.
It's harder to piece together stuff and actually talk. Yeah, I kind of like that stuff as well. What made you want to do this?
They did things like this back when I was at the orphanage. I just wanted to recreate it. My sister used to cry all the time there. But the pancakes always brought a smile to her face. Do you remember that medal you found in the package from my parents? My sister, Miki. She made that back when we were at the orphanage. Based on the letter that came with it, I guess my parents found it when they were cleaning.
The other thing
Miki
about
was
like
gonna give that to
French
me
media is that will
after we
sometimes
learned I was
be
getting
like not
adopted out
literal
of Leaf.
metaphor, but sort of vibes kind of thing, where like the emotional resonance is what you're supposed to get out of a specific thing, rather than like a literal narrative metaphor, right? Like that sometimes it's like that as well as French media. And it's hard to tell exactly when they're going for that sort of thing, rather than sort of going for a more concrete abstraction of something.
But then that fire happened right after. And this metal was all that was left of her.
Sounds like you two were close.
Apparently. Miki used to always say she wanted to thank me for being so strong and kind. She was really quiet. And she'd always be following me around. I don't really remember doing anything special for her. But I guess she was relying on me as her older brother.
Trying to capture and present an emotion. Yeah, that kind of thing.
Seeing that medal made me think. Would my sister be proud of who I am now? Am I really strong and kind enough to deserve that medal? If I'm being honest, I don't really know what it means to be strong or kind. Everyone who's ever said that to me has left without telling me the most important part. You saw how I was today. This is all I'm capable of right now. I haven't grown at all since I was a kid. They'd laugh if they saw me now.
That's not true. They definitely would not.
Maybe my sister would say that. But you know not everyone would cut me that much slack.
Yeah, but Aragaki wouldn't call you, wouldn't laugh at you. He'd just call you an idiot and tell you to stop, thinking about it so much.
I realized I'd just been running away all this time. Making excuses about having my own problems.
They're putting Kimi no Kyoku into a lot of these cutscenes in this month. That's ominous, but okay.
But from now on, I'm gonna protect it all. We promised we'd become strong together.
I'll help whatever you need there.
Thanks, I really appreciate that. I'll be counting on you next time. The point of this whole thing was to cheer everyone up. And yet I'm the one getting supported here.
It's easier to think that people need cheering up when you're in a funk yourself, honestly.
You know, I think you're the kind of person my sister would have looked up to.
Yeah, because I'd probably be taller than her.
Alright, that's enough talking about the past. Let's hurry up and finish clean.
What's wrong? Stomach cramps?
Well, I ran into that group of punks
I knew
on
it.
my way home from shopping today.
I knew it. God damn it.
There were even more from this time. And one guy managed to get a good hit in. Don't worry though, I didn't do anything that would get me in trouble with the police.
I remembered to hide the bodies.
I just let them throw as many punches as they wanted until they got tired and gave up. I thought I could dodge them all, but I guess I've still got room to improve.
Finished the up with Sonata, then went back to my room. I feel like my charm was improved. Okay, well, that doesn't help at all. Whatever. Alright, time for me to do all these exams, I guess. Probably, apparently. Eh. Man. Second semester midterms exams begin today and will last for 5 days. Alright, time for me to look up the answers here. I usually can actually figure them out, but I'm still going to bring these up here. The question seems familiar. Let's see here. The hormone dopamine is related to your sense of accomplishment and a symptom of its overproduction. You can get addiction to dopamine, and I'm guessing that's correct. Let's see here. Persona 3 October exam. Let's see here, we're on 1013. Yep, they're also saying it's addiction. What? They're saying it's A, though. Oh, I see. Question answer. Yeah, never mind. I have a feeling this is the right answer. Yeah, I do too, but, still looking it up here. This question seems familiar. Who is considered by many to be the first numerologist whose name lives on today in a mathematical theorem? Hypatia of Egypt comes way after Pythagoras, so it's not that. Euclid, I don't actually know a theorem named after him. Turing is very modern, so it's gotta be Pythagoras. I doubt highly that people consider him to be the first numerologist, though. I would bet money that he's not actually considered the first numerologist, because that study's been going on for way, way longer. But, yeah, Pythagoras, okay. I have a feeling this is the right answer. Numerology is, like, super, super old. Like, there's no way that Pythagoras is the first, like, person that's considered to be that. This question seems familiar. What happens when electrical resistance reaches 0? Hint, it was the word I used to confess my love to what? That's a terrible hint. So when electrical resistance reaches 0, you've got superconductivity. Well, I know for a fact that that's the answer, but I'm still going to look it up, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, superconductivity. That one is remarkably easy, but they should have actually made that about temperature, but that would have made it a little bit harder. This question seems familiar. What is the meaning of the phrase, to spill the beans? To reveal a secret. This one I feel, again, would be remarkably easy. I don't know why they've got these ones this easy. Yep, to reveal a secret. I don't even feel like looking that one up, honestly, but I'm still doing it just in case. It's the ones you feel like you definitely know that you always get wrong, right? That's actually not true. That is not actually mathematically likely or true. Alright. It's the last day of exams. I don't think there's another question here. The questions are just too easy. My pen won't stop moving. And we finished today's exams just in time for 2 o'clock, basically. Looks like I can start doing my other stuff again here. This time I know I did pretty good. I can't wait for the results. Good for you. It was easier than I expected, but I still missed some. Guess I could have done better. Well, unless you get 100, you can always do better. How would you say, like, would you say that, like, Expedition 33 sort of has the same sort of, like, style of storytelling as off in a certain sense there? Like, is it... Does it sort of lean more into, like, allegory or metaphors or, like, stuff like that than a lot of other games there? Or does it seem fairly direct? 4-year colleges, and after that, I think I should be a lawyer or something smart like that. Science is gonna suck. If you're smart enough that your parents think that you should do one of those things, then you're probably pretty smart, actually, but... Yeah, expectations can be pretty toxic. I would think normally if someone is hurt somewhere, they'll bring in someone new, right? What? That means if anyone in student council is hurt, I might have a chance to get in. Hey, what's that? Look, you act like I'm a criminal or something. I'm not that bad. I'll get her without any cheating. Is she planning on shivving me? She's looking at... She's looking at over there, so maybe she's trying to, like, murder her. Get her out of the way. It's a tough comparison. I'm not saying, like, is it, like, the same, or is it, like, better or worse or anything like that, or are they, like, directly comparable? I was just wondering if they've still got, like, that kind of storytelling style, or if, it's more like the, JRPG style. Because Japanese RPGs these days are very explanatory. They like to over-explain everything, quite heavily. I feel like the older ones used to be smarter. They used to actually, like, rely on the player getting it to a certain degree, but... Don't think it's quite as difficult to parse as off is. Yeah, that's probably reasonable. I guess one of the advantages that off has in that regards is that, like, it's being made by one person. So, like, a game like Expedition 33, since it's a large team, they have to sort of cross-explain, like, all of the different elements of it, and I think that the more definitive explanation leaks into the actual product. Whereas, like, I feel like off, he didn't have to explain shit to anybody, so he didn't really have to think about or vocalize the idea of what anything is in that sort of way. So it ends up in the product, like, more pure in the way that was sort of like that. But yeah, I think as well, like, there's an accessibility thing that Expedition 33 definitely wants to be a little bit more accessible than Off is, because Off is incredibly opaque. It's probably one of the most opaque games I've ever played. But yeah.
Oh, hi.
Okay, so this one I could actually do,
Sorry.
but I will save here and I will go ahead and... I kind of actually wonder when the Switch was, because like there was a lot of stuff that was like kind of fuzzy in older JRPGs. Like even Final Fantasy VII had a lot of stuff that was like a little bit symbolic and a little bit difficult to parse without really sort of understanding what was going on, and that was a fairly mainstream game. But like nowadays, they're all like, we'll spend like 1 million hours exposition dumping you so you know exactly what the hell they're talking about. So I feel like that switch might have happened like 2000s? Somewhere in there? I don't know. Well, either way, I'm not going to think about it too hard, but in any event, that's going to be our stream for today. I'll be back on Wednesday. I'm going to be playing Signalis on a good chunk of that. But I'm not too sure which of those games is going to get chopped for a little bit. I feel like I'm going to take a bit of a break from Persona 3 because I took a lot of breaks in Persona 5, and I do like taking breaks from these games. Try not to be a hater about the over-explained style. Yeah, I kind of am willing to be a bit of a hater on it, but at the same time, I understand why it's like that. I think a lot of modern audiences don't want to have to dig super deep into like what the intended meaning of stuff is. I don't think they like symbolism as much as they like just direct answers, or if there is symbolism, they want it explained to them so that it's like easier to digest. But yeah, I feel like it ties into me ranting about literacy rates again. But yeah, well. In any event, though, yeah, I'm gonna call it today. I hope you found this one enjoyable, and of course, as always, hope to see you guys all next time.